takes all the wind out of our romantic sails, no matter how we felt about a woman before she did it. And if you've ever had a guy pull away from you when you wanted nothing more in the world than to have him pull you closer, it's probably because you made this sex mistake without even knowing it. In fact, if you've ever read Cosmo or an advice column written by a woman, you probably thought doing this was a good thing, even though you couldn't be more wrong. So, do you know what this sex mistake is? Let me give you a hint. Never, ever blank his blank with your blank. Can you fill in the blanks? No. I've asked a lot of women if they knew what this weirdly common and slightly strange sex mistake is, and only 3 women out of every 100 get it right. So, do you know the answer? No. Can you fill in the blanks? Just tell me. If you're absolutely sure you're right, then we have nothing else to say to each other. But if you don't know the answer, or if you just want to confirm that you do, I want you to stop whatever you're doing and go watch the special video I've put together for you at the link you see on your screen right now. See, my name is Michael Fiore. I'm an internationally known relationship expert, an Amazon and Wall Street Journal best-selling author, and I've even appeared as a guest on The Rachel Ray Show, among many others. And in the special video you'll watch when you click the link on your screen, I'll show you what this sex mistake is and why it destroys a man's desire for you, no matter how attracted to you he was before you did it. Teach you the shocking and strange truth about masculine psychology and why men pull away, and introduce you to a simple 3-word phrase that forces a man to automatically open his heart, let down his shields, and commit to protecting you, providing for you, and even worshiping you, while thinking it's 100% his idea. And all you have to do is click the link and go watch the video right now. Video? It's fucking stupid. Come here, show me.
He kissed me like his sister, and I knew I was alone again.
What?
I knew I'd never stopped being alone in the first place, and maybe I never would. Just 2 weeks ago, he'd been chasing me like he was a hunter, and I was the prize he'd been searching for his entire life.
You mean
"You're so beautiful," John would text me out of nowhere in the middle of the day.
Wow,
a smile would bloom
that's so
on my
weird.
face. I'd blush, I'd feel this heat in my chest and this wonderful, terrible hope growing in me. I'd feel myself start to fall. "I could fall in love with you," he whispered after the first time we made love, had sex, hooked up. Whatever you want to call it, it was amazing. I wanted him from the very first moment we met, but I made him wait. I wanted him to feel like he earned me. But it was our 4th date, and we were kissing on the couch, and I inhaled the good masculine smell of him and felt the strength in his arms. And I felt so safe and protected and desired. And afterwards, we lay there tangled in each other. He ran his fingers through my hair as I lay my head against his chest and listened to his heartbeat and let myself believe in some way, maybe, just maybe, he was beating for me. And we had 2 perfect weeks. Well, no, my heart's beating because I have to live. 2 perfect weeks of flirty and sexy texts and laughing in bed and talking in vague terms about the soft focus, far-off future. Tell me what the and letting the walls I'd built around my heart, brick after bitter brick, start to fall. And then, you know what happened. And 20 passionate texts a day turned to 10 boring ones. And "I can't wait to see you" turned to "I've been really busy with work." And then suddenly, like a bad nightmare I'd had again and again and again, I was the one chasing him and feeling disgusting and hating myself for it. And then we got coffee, and the table between us felt like the Grand Canyon. And while he used to pull me towards him, pick me up in his arms, and kiss me like a movie star, he just bent down a little and kissed me like his sister and walked away a ghost. And I knew I would never hear from him again. "Kate, I thought you finally learned this with Sean," my best friend Sally said as she hugged me while I sobbed. Sally, whose idea of a successful relationship was a guy remembering her name after a one-night stand or paying for the Uber ride home. She showed up with ice cream and bad advice 33 minutes after I texted her. "The guy you want, Kate, he doesn't exist. You would have found him by now. You're better off just being alone." I lay there that night, hugging my pillow. Alone, just like she said, feeling a raw wound where all my hope used to be. Thinking about Bill, who I met at a drunken party back in college, or Mark from work, who chased me until I finally agreed to go out with him. We had 3 dates, and then he wouldn't talk to me and never looked me in the eye again. Or Chris, who I was even engaged to, who I spent 5 years with, only 2 of which were any good, but I didn't want to be alone. So I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling and feeling the tub of ice cream rumble in my belly and the
What?
nausea in my heart. And I thought about starting over again and wanted to sob. Going on Tinder or OkCupid or whatever weird dating app people were using these days.